Did you know there might be a tiny monster living inside you, building a whole city in your brain? And no, I'm not talking about your weird thoughts after midnight. I'm talking about a creature so bizarre, it makes sci-fi movies look like documentaries. Meet the Echinococcus tapeworm, a master of disguise and a squatter you never want to have. Let's follow the wild journey of this little guy, from birth to becoming a major headache. Literally, our story begins in the coziest of places. The intestines of a dog, a fox, or a wolf. Here, the adult tapeworm is living its best life, basically a tiny ribbon-like king in its own smelly kingdom. It's super small, just a few millimeters long, but it has a big family plan. It lays thousands of microscopic eggs, which then get released into the world through the host's poop. Yep, a glamorous start. Now, phase 2. The Great Escape. These eggs are tough little survivors. They can withstand freezing cold, scorching heat, and end up on grass, in water, or on vegetables. This is where things get tricky for other animals, like sheep, goats, or even us, humans. Imagine you're petting a cute dog that just rolled in something suspicious, or you eat some unwashed veggies from a garden visited by a fox. Congratulations! You've just ingested a potential tenant, once inside a new hostlet. Say it SU. For this horror story, the egg hatches in your intestine. A tiny larva, called an oncosphere, emerges, but it's not content with just hanging out in your gut. Oh no, it has bigger ambitions. It drills through your intestinal wall, hitches a ride in your bloodstream, and goes on a grand tour of your body. Its favorite destinations: the liver and the lungs. But sometimes, for the ultimate scenic view, it travels all the way up to your brain. And here's where it gets really crazy. Once it finds a nice spot, the larva doesn't grow into a worm. Instead, it starts building a house. A very, very big house. This house is a fluid-filled cyst, known as a hydatid cyst. It grows slowly, maybe a few centimeters a year, but it never stops. Inside this main cyst, it starts creating daughter cysts, and inside those, granddaughter cysts. It's basically building a Russian doll of horror inside your organs. Each of these tiny cysts contains future tapeworm heads, thousands of them, just waiting for their chance. This massive ballooning structure can grow to the size of a grapefruit, pushing aside your vital tissues and causing all sorts of problems. In the brain, this can lead to seizures, headaches, and other scary neurological symptoms. So, how does the life cycle complete? Well, for the tapeworm to become an adult, its hosty sheep or goat with the cyst needs to be eaten by a predator, like a wolf or a dog. When the dog eats the infected organs, the little tapeworm heads in the cyst are released. They attach to the dog's intestine and grow into adult worms. And the whole creepy cycle starts all over again. Thankfully, for humans, we're usually a deadened host. It's pretty unlikely a wolf is going to eat your brain. But that doesn't make having a giant cyst city inside you any less terrifying. The only way to get rid of it is often through complex surgery or long-term medication. So, the moral of the story: wash your hands, especially after playing with animals, and always wash your fruits and veggies. You never know what tiny monsters are trying to move in. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild stories from the natural world.